Hi, I'm Patrick Tuttle, the real estate guy with Legacy Real Estate Services and your fuzzy-faced guide to the El Paso real estate market with your update for today. It is Wednesday, March the 10th, 2021, and I'll be right back with what's going on in the real estate market. All right, and I'm back. And before we get started into the report today, a couple of things. If you like what you see over the next 9 to 10 minutes as I go through the report, please like and share this on your favorite social media site and send it out to your friends so that they too can get the market update. Subscribe to me on YouTube so that you can get notifications of this. And if somebody does share this with you and you'd like to get a direct feed on it, send me a text message at 915-588-1850 and I'd be happy to respond to you on that. That's my cell number. If you have a question for me about my report or anything that I can do to serve you, whether you are a consumer, a seller wanting to sell a home, an owner that wants to be a landlord, or if you're a buyer that is looking for some assistance in the marketplace, we'd be happy to assist you any way we can. We'd also love to visit with you if you are a licensee either in Texas or New Mexico, and you might be looking for some good statistical data that we can provide you to be able to counsel with your buyers and sellers with regard to what's going on with the market. We put this out and more each month here at Legacy Real Estate Services so that we can be the premier provider of real estate services in El Paso, Texas. Now, on to the report. We always start off with our resale report, and in our multiple listing service, we currently have 654 homes available, and there were 443 pending contracts written in the month of February. That's a really, really big number for February. And they had an average price, list price in what's there available right now, $286,131 is the average list price. And they've been on the market for an average of 49 days. So that's a lot less time than it's taken in historical aspect. Back in the month of February, we saw 498 homes sell. And what I can tell you about this is if my numbers are true, I've been tracking statistics for years now, and historically speaking, we sell about 6% of the total number of sales in the month of February. And if my numbers are accurate, if the inventory can keep up, this is putting us on pace to sell somewhere around 8,300 homes in the Greater El Paso Association of Realtors multiple listing service in 2021. That'll be an absolute record. That'll beat the 2020 numbers by far, somewhere around 1,500 homes. But again, that has to do with the inventory, if there's going to be enough inventory on the market. Okay. Now, what did those homes sell for? So again, 498 homes sold during the month of February. Average selling price $206,988. And what did you get for that? Well, you got a home that was on average about 1,900 square feet, and you paid somewhere around $107.33 a square foot. Let me just give you what this really means. Now, I've got a daughter that's looking for homes up in the Fort Worth area right now, and she's looking at 1,800 square feet, and the prices that they're looking at up there, these are pretty much what we would call entry-level homes in the Fort Worth marketplace, an 1,800 square foot home at $300,000. Folks, El Paso is a bargain when you look at us on a national scale. We are an absolute bargain, and that's one of the reasons why many people are coming here, is because you can get this size house for that kind of money, and it is an absolute bargain. If you're a seller hearing me say that, and you're saying I should raise my price, not so fast. We still have appraisals to deal with, and we're going to work with local data, local sales, and we can't just add numbers to it, because in Fort Worth they're getting a 50% premium on the houses up there. They have demand issues up there just as well, but the fact is that for about the same size house, you're almost $100,000 less here in El Paso. It is absolutely amazing what they're getting for homes up there. Now, back in January, 502 homes had sold. To just give you a comparison, January and February were almost equal with regard to the number of sales, and they sold for an average of $200,902, so a little over $5,000 more in February compared to January. Over the last 12 months, we saw 6,938 homes sell through the El Paso Association of Realtors Multiple List Service, and they sold on average for $197,024. So somewhere around $7,000 more for a home sold in February compared to the average, which got into some of the 2020, most of 2020 of last year. So on the volume, again, we were at 498, so we were down, albeit just slightly, 4 homes during the month of February, and we were up on the selling price by about $5,000. Now, on the months of inventory side, we take that total of 6,938 homes divided by 12, and that tells us that we are averaging over the last 12 months about 578 homes, and that gives us 1.13 months of inventory. That's the lowest number that we've ever seen on the resale side, and if we don't get some folks wanting to sell soon, that number is going to go even lower as we get into April. Now let's move on to the new homes side of the equation. In our multiple listing service, we have 855 new homes available, and these are in varying stages of construction. The challenge with most of these right now is that they are not built yet. They are in various stages of construction, and that's one of the reasons why we're seeing the price of the resale homes go up. They're available. So if somebody needs to move into a home in 30 to 45 days, then they're going to look at they're going to look at the resale homes because those are going to be available, and the new homes they're going to have temporary housing to be able to stay in until the new home is finished. We saw 329 pending contracts written during the month of February. A lot of those have long closing dates, May, June, July, August, and so forth. I've even got some that we're looking at in November right now. Average list price of the new homes, $265,961. Big numbers there, and they've been on the market for an average of 119 days. Now, when you get to the point of looking at new homes and you say, gosh, that's a long time on market compared to the resale market, yeah, it is, but the fact is these homes aren't ready yet. They're going to get listed when you've got the lot, and then they've got to get the permit, they've got to get the construction financing, and then they start building the property maybe 6-8 weeks after they get listed. So we may have somewhere around 30 to 45, maybe even 60 days on market before there's even a stake driven into the ground for the forms. So don't get caught up in that days on market for the new homes. It really doesn't mean a whole lot of anything. Number of homes that closed back in January, 185 of them, and they had an average selling price of $228,461. So what did you get for that? Well, on average, you got a house that was about 1,924 square feet, and you paid about $121 a square foot. So parity on the size with the resale home, and we see that ever shrinking gap between the price per square foot on a resale versus a new home. Again, that has to do with the availability and the demand that's out there. So if somebody wants to move into a property, again, in 30 to 45 days, they're probably going to pay a little bit of a premium to get into a resale home, and that's why we're seeing that average price per square foot up at above $107 a square foot, when not long ago I can remember it being $87 a square foot, and we had at least a $20 gap between the new homes and the resales. Number of homes that sold in January, 186 of them closed, and they had an average selling price of $228,435. And then over the last 12 months, ending February 28th, we saw 2,823 homes sell through the El Paso Association of Realtors Multiple Listing Service, and they had an average selling price of $221,133. So you can see that the numbers for February up at $232,461. We've got an increase in price, but we're down just slightly on volume, and that's the way the market is rolling right now. Now, over the last 12 months, we've averaged 235 homes per month selling, and that gives us a 3.64 months of inventory in the MLS right now, just using the raw numbers. But again, this number right here, the 3.64 months of inventory, that assumes that they're ready to move into. They're not. We're probably at less than 2 weeks worth of inventory that are move-in ready, maybe even less than that. So if you're looking at a new home, expect a longer delivery time, and you need to expect that the prices could go up during that construction time because lumber prices have been rising, appliance prices have been rising, labor prices are rising because we are becoming more and more competitive in our local market for jobs. And that brings us to our employment or unemployment. So depending on which side of the coin you're looking at, unemployment was at 6.3% during the month of January. So that puts us at 93.6%, 67% for employment. 93% employment is really good for the El Paso market. It's less than what it was a year ago. Actually, no, that's not right. In February of 2020, we were at, I think, 3.9%, and then we went to 14% in March as the pandemic hit us, and we started having people get laid off. Businesses started going out of business because the cash stopped flowing. So now we're back at 6.3% unemployment, and there are more jobs available. Amazon's going to start hiring probably in the next couple of months as they get that massive structure completed over on the east side. We've got something big that's coming over here on the west side at Artcraft and I-10. The rumors are that that's Amazon as well for a daily fulfillment center. That's going to be more jobs available, and that's going to take people out of the construction industry, and that's going to make it a tight labor market even more tight, and we're going to start seeing some inflation in many different areas that are out there. But the one thing that's driving the sales right now, interest rates. Interest rates today, 3.21% average for a 30-year conventional mortgage, and that's assuming that you've got stellar credit and a very low debt-to-income ratio. And folks, that's my report for today. So I hope that you've enjoyed that. If you've got questions about this data or how I can be of service to you, whether you are a buyer, a seller, a homeowner that wants to be a landlord, or if you are a realtor and you need to talk to somebody about sponsorship, call me. 915-588-1850 is my cell number. I'd love to hear from you and see how I can be of service to you and help you in your real estate needs. For now, thanks for watching. God bless you, and make it a great day. Bye-bye.